After a stellar 2013, when he finally got his hands on the claret jug at Muirfield, Phil Mickelson now needs just one more major, the US Open, to complete a career Grand Slam. He's been talking about that and more with Cara Robinson as they walked a hole together in Abu Dhabi.
Phil Mickelson, thank you so much for joining me on Golfing World. I just want to reflect on that mega win for you at the Open Championship last year. Let's start off with you entering that week at Muirfield. How did you feel coming off that win at the Scottish and, of course, a month after Merion?
A lot of people think that playing well and winning the week before a major championship is detrimental to your performance in a major, and I totally disagree. It's actually the second time now that I've won a major championship, having won the week before, and so winning the Scottish Open gave me confidence and it gave me momentum heading into the Open. Also, having played well for the first time and winning for the first time on links golf, I thought was an added benefit and something that I really needed to boost my confidence heading into the Open Championship, given that I haven't had the success in that event that I had hoped for over the years. But now I feel very confident in links golf.
How would you describe that journey that you've been on to develop your game to be able to conquer links golf?
It's difficult for me to practice links golf living in America as I do, and so I only have 1 or 2 weeks each year to feel comfortable and develop the game on the ground. It's taken me now, I'd say for the last 8 or 9 years, I've played effectively in the wind. I've learned how to take spin off of the ball, how to get it on the ground quicker and not have to fight the breeze, but rather let the ground take it where it wants to. Why I haven't played as well or scored as well in the Open Championship is I haven't putted the fescue greens very well over the years. And this year, I putted those greens so well, better than I ever have. And I kind of figured out a couple little things on those greens on how to get the ball to roll a certain way so that it doesn't get as affected by the grain. The fescue grains are so thick that it will take the ball offline unless you hit a certain kind of roll.
And what was your initial emotion when your ball rolled in that hole on the 18th on Sunday?
Well, when it went in, I knew I had won. In fact, I was just thinking if I two-putted it, I would win, because it was so difficult coming down the stretch that it was hard just to make pars, yet alone birdies. So I was just trying to lag it down and play as much break as possible to get the ball to stop by the hole, because the week before at the Scottish Open, I three-putted from about the same distance to go into a playoff. Where had I just two-putted, I would have won outright. So I was thinking about just getting the ball down there by the hole. And when it went in, I reacted as though I had won, because I knew I had, even though there were still players out there.
Obviously, it was a huge win to you personally, but what did it mean to you and Bones as a player-caddy team too?
It was an emotional win for Bones and I. We've been together now my entire career, 20 plus years, and that has always been the tournament that has given us the most problems. You can use 3 different clubs from the same spot based on your trajectory. If you hit it low, it's going to be going a lot farther and longer than if you work it back into the wind or if you work it with the wind. And so there's so many options there. It's a tough tournament to caddy, and it's a tough tournament to play well in. For us to really be at our best as a team and have my game be sharp and him pulling the right clubs, that was a very gratifying win.
So a lot of the media are now focusing on the Mickelson Grand Slam. You've got the Open Championship. It's just the elusive US Open you're going to be chasing. How much do you want to do that and become the 6th person in history to achieve that?
I think it's a sign of a complete great player to win all 4 major championships, because each major championship has different challenges, whether it's the length at Augusta or the accuracy of the US Open, the wind of the Open Championship, or the multiple challenges the PGA brings. It's a sign of a complete player. And surprisingly to me, the one tournament that has eluded me is the one that I've actually played some of my best golf in, the US Open, with 6 second-place finishes. So I've been very close for a number of years and have not broken through and won that particular event. But I'm confident and glad that that's the last step, because I've played so well in that event year in and year out that I do believe I'll win it.
I was going to say, I'd heard you say before, it's nice to know you believe you win it. And how do you rate your chances at doing it at Pinehurst this year?
Pinehurst is a great course for me because the way the greens are crowned and the ball runs off the green, what it means is that short game is going to be a big factor. If I can get everybody to miss every single green and us chip on every hole, my odds of winning go way up. And so that's why I like Pinehurst so much, is that it's very difficult to hit greens there. And it puts a premium on short game.
The US Open's obviously coming up, then there's something later in the year, the Ryder Cup's happening once again. Is the Ryder Cup still a big thing on your agenda every other year?
To have been now on the last 9 teams, that's a not only is it a great accomplishment, something I'm proud of, but it's also been so fun. So fun to develop the relationships with other players. Those are the relationships that last a lifetime because you're sharing a very emotional experience. And being on those many teams have led to many friendships and great golf experiences.
And could we see you as a future captain one day?
We'll see. We'll see. Right now I'm worried more about playing, but that certainly would be a great honor.
I'll leave you to it. Phil Mickelson, it's an honor. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.